Hey guys, it is me, I'm in a show review guys, and today we got another show to review, hence the name. But in today's video, we're going to be doing another short season review. This video may seem extremely short, and I'm like, whoa, how can you talk about the entire Oddball shows in this short amount of time? Well, this is me, I talk extremely fast, and I go through the show and literally everything that's important. Because half the show is filler, first of all. But yes, if you're new to this channel, we do weekly reviews, and today we'll be doing Oddballs. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next week, because I feel like I'm going to do this huge edited video. But who knows, I might start filming it in the middle of the week. Anyways, I forgot to film this week's video, so this is kind of short too, so perfect for the short review. Anyways, if you haven't watched Oddballs, please click off the video. I guess it doesn't actually matter. All I gotta say is it does have spoilers, because surprisingly there is a story, but to watch the story all I have to watch is literally 3 episodes. Only 3 episodes out of all 12 episodes actually include new things. Episode 1 includes Toasty. Episode 2 includes this girl from the future, or not episode 3, I forgot what that episode is because watched it a week ago, and the last episode is actually leaving it off in a cliffhanger, so you know, that's that. But without further ado, let's talk about Oddballs. Okay, short premise of the show. Oddballs is not James from YouTube. Oddballs is a different type of James that actually has a mom. I mean, he's gonna have a mom and dad, and you know, James has a friend alligator that is a mutant, that's able to talk and is like a human. And they live in this whole alive cactus as this little tree house. They don't live there. I mean, it's a tree house, a little gang. And then they both live right next door and they're neighbors. So that's the entire premise of the show. And Oddballs in an odd world where every single human looks different for some reason. And nobody looks like him. And yeah, I guess you can make him, I guess he's Odd Ones Out for that reason. But he's not called the Odd Ones Out. He's called Oddballs. And his real name is still James in the show. But anyways, episode 1, you know, an important episode. It's called Raising Toasty. And in my opinion, Raising Toasty is still the best episode out of all of them. Even though I didn't like when he started singing a couple times for Toasty, but you know, I still thought it was going to be a musical at that point. But the whole entire beginning was still pretty good. It's introducing us to all the characters, and we get a little backstory off, you know, his name again, Max, the alligator. We get to find out, well, you know, his whole experience of when he grew up and he was a lab experiment, and how his whole childhood was. And I thought the whole show was going to go in depth on that. But then, nope, they just never talk about that again. Well, they talk about it sometimes, but nothing important. And the thing is, they both have different ways of actually raising this Toasty. Max is just like, he wants to raise it like how he been raised, being tested on multiple times. Now James wants to raise him like he been raised, with love and care. So that obviously makes it to like the whole point of the episode. James wants to go and do more labs route. I mean, James wants to go and give him love route. You know, Max wants to test on him, and little Toasty had enough and wanted to fight back. Also tell you, they had this whole thing about him like dying and it looks like real blood. And also forgot to tell you how Toasty's actually, they use an AI to make it a smart toaster. And the whole entire premise of this episode is like, we want to make a smart toaster because nobody made a smart toaster, and it's our duty to invent it. I know animation takes a long time to make, and I know it takes years, and this was probably like when they make those jokes, like usually there's always outdated by the time it actually releases, but a smart toaster seriously been out for way like 4 or 5 years by now. It's literally a smart toaster that toasts your bread perfectly. The whole thing James is trying to do. So this whole episode is just like, I'm like, bro, a smart toaster already exists. It was obviously there just to create Toasty. Toasty was like, bro, he's all sad. Toasty gets hugged, even though he's burning James, because Toasty tried to like kill James. But then he was like, oh no, he was just sad. Toasty was like, he loves me. And then Toasty was like, I'm just gonna strangle this dude with the cord and kill him. But then we get a plot twist. James pulls out the CPU, and this was the best and favorite scene out of the whole entire show, was him killing remorsefully. It's Toasty. That's thumbnail material. Anyways, the end of this episode shows Toasty in the trash while the smart chip falls back into it, and that's it. He's human again. Doesn't get discovered until like the last episode again, but then we meet this futuristic girl that was a line cutter, because you know, it's just she cut the line, so he was mad. And then there was a whole Gordon Ramsay episode where it was a angry British chef with blonde hair as a cook. That's obviously Gordon Ramsay vibes. But anyways, we meet this whole future girl. Lots of other shenanigans happen. We learn about James' life. There's nothing else really about that. It's literally all filler until the last episode where Toasty comes back. And this girl says she's from the future where food is all gone. And, you know, it's really hard to eat good food. So she went to the past to get some good food. And it turns out the whole emperor that did that was Toasty. Yeah. James is Toasty. Then at the end of the episode shows Toasty, all evil, raising his army, and that's it. Now, After saying all that, that's technically the whole entire story. I missed out on a lot of the other fellow episodes because it's not an in-depth review, it's a short review. And now, do you guys, would I recommend this to you? If you're here for just somewhat comedy, not the best of comedy, if you're here for a quick laugh or two, watch James. If you watch James' video and expecting to see James' video as a series, no, no, that's not it. This is a totally different thing. If you're expecting that, then you're in the wrong place. If you're expecting a somewhat built story about like what James wants to do, then yeah, that's technically it. But if you're expecting this huge overarching story that's, going to be like something like Amphibia or Owl House, you're not going to be getting that. You're just getting something like Big City Green or like, Big City Green is a lot more funnier. Because I guess this show isn't for me, but this is probably for you guys too. It was on the top 10 of Netflix for a while. Don't know what number I was again too. But I finished watching it. It was okay. I'll watch season 2 to see how the toasty story builds up and if it's just that's it. And I wonder if it'll even get renewed for a season 2. I feel like it probably will because Netflix is struggling with animation and Ottoman's Out's like really good at animation with his YouTube videos. So people are like, okay, Ottoman's Out, animation must be good. So Netflix probably want to rebuild that. Unless Netflix like just screw animation and just remove it. No more Oddballs. I won't be sad at all because I just watched it. But yeah, tell me in the comments below what you guys all think about the show. I think it's an okay show. Not a great, not a bad show. An okay, in the middle show. I was able to finish the whole thing, but I've been watching Marvel Phase 4, so I think I'm immune to bad stuff now. After seeing the She-Hulk finale, I think I've officially seen the worst of shows. So the Oddballs is definitely better than Marvel Phase 4 if you're wondering. Psych, just kidding. Lots of stuff in Phase 4 was still good, like Spider-Man. But we're talking about Oddballs right now. Like I said, it's an okay show. Tell me all your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.